Figure 4 Radio.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Figure 4 Radio.
Hello everyone, welcome to Figure 4 Radio. It's the Mastermind, Ollie Spring. Today I am joined by the founder and runner and owner
owner, founder, president, whatever.
of Hastag Wrestling. The
Hello.
actual, so hashtag wrestling.
No, just hashtag
Just
wrestling.
the word hashtag.
Yes, just
Not-
the word
not
hashtag.
hashtag wrestling, it's hashtag wrestling.
hashtag. Yes,
So
just
yeah,
hashtag.
Chris Pugh, how are you
Hello.
doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Just finished up a show in Leighton Buzzard.
Of course, yeah.
Took multiple stunners from
You did?
the other ring announcer for
Yeah.
the afternoon.
Yeah, that was how you took those all right? You feeling all right after those?
Bit stiff around the neck.
She's fair enough. So hashtag wrestling. You've been around longer than I've been around, I think.
Started in 2013.
Yes, yeah. So tell us a little bit about hashtag, how it got started, and what it's all about.
Basically, it was going to be a start-up promotion, but
Like a wrestling player in putting on.
actually putting on shows myself.
Okay.
But due to obviously money constraints, family, time, things like that, it just didn't kind of seem feasible. So I just thought, well, I've got some spare time to be able to promote. So I thought, rather than promote my own promotion, promote other
people's.
promotions that help them out. Over 4,000 followers on Facebook, 5,000 on Twitter.
But who's counting, eh?
Yeah, well, I like to count, so I like just to keep track. So yeah, it's basically just to provide information for other promotions around the country. Even guys like Ligero or Will Ospreay, just to name drop a couple of people there that go abroad to America, Japan, etc. Just to inform other fans of what's going on around the world, because just because they don't follow them on Facebook or Twitter doesn't mean they don't need to know about them, because these are some of the best talents. Even guys like that are on the Hope Show here today. You've got your Ashley Dunns, your Jay Garners, your Hustle Malones, that are really making a imprint on the British scene, especially down in this area in the south. Hopefully they'll be spreading out a bit more over the coming years. Basically, I'll just provide information and promote these guys to help them out, really.
Well, so when you got started, what sort of promotions were you? Because I know you're a big Progress guy. You love your Progress
yes,
shows.
do love my Progress
you
shows.
Tend to go. You go to an awful lot. Am I right in?
I
used to.
Because now I've sort of outreach from behind the keyboard warrior, as a lot of people will probably call it. I've started branching out into ring announcing, like I do for Hope. I've done it for a couple of other promotions.
Definitely want to hear about that in a moment or two. But so what sort of promotions are you? I say other than Progress, because obviously we see you here at Hope quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm obviously at Hope a lot. They are really my home promotion, really, because I work for them quite a lot. The other guys I follow, obviously your Progress is your ICWs.
Do you get to many ICW shows?
I've been to 2.
Yeah.
In my
both of the London ones.
Both the London ones.
Yeah.
It's quite easy to get to from my home. It's about 25 minutes on the train. So, but yeah, you got your Hopes that I still, obviously because I work for them, I follow them even when I'm not at the shows. You've got your Preston City Wrestling. They're obviously branching out around the west.
Northwest,
northwest.
I think so, yeah.
Your Tidal Wrestling that are in your Yorkshire area. Pretty much, I follow about 200-300 promotions.
Okay.
On the hashtag website.
Because I think I remember ages ago, I really wanted to sit down and kind of pick your brains, because I wanted to do the similar thing. I wanted to get out from behind my keyboard and try and watch more. And I just wanted to learn. Like, you seem to just know of like hundreds of these promotions that pops up everywhere. Well, what is it? I mean, do you think all these promotions, is it a positive thing for the UK scene, or is it starting to get now to the point that there's too much on, and maybe do we need to start cutting the fat off and maybe just keeping the
there is
the prime
quite
cuts?
some areas such as your Manchesters, your Newcastles, Birmingham in particular, London is really saturating with lots of promotions. Some of them I think could kind of club together, because they're running the very much same areas. And if they put their brains together, they could really sort of put a footprint in it and then expand.
So if you were a London promoter, what would your tactic be then? Would you try and like team up with other people and put on like super shows, or with
the super shows, it's trying to obviously who's going to promote. If you say, for instance, your Progress and your IPW that are branching back into London. clubbed together, who are they going to say is the marquee name on it? Are they going to say it's a Progress and IPW show, or are they just going to say it's a Progress or it's an IPW? There's the factors there. Who's going to pay for what? Who's going to pay for venue? Who's going to pay for talent? Or whether things are literally just going to literally cut straight down the middle 50-50.
It's a question. I mean, I think I'd rather see a couple of people kind of club together and put on something huge. Maybe even make it onto telly every week. Like instead of just kind of doing their own thing, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you look at Hope Wrestling, I mean, like literally they're up and down the entire country. There's shows, absolutely everywhere. I mean, there's definitely a chance there to monopolise, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard rumours that they are looking at doing some TV work, regardless whether it's on TV or whether it's YouTube or a more of their on-demand service, just to get the talents, the great talents that are in there, more known.
And I guess that's the good thing. I guess with all these promotions is more people are given the opportunity. I mean, I'm sure there's a few guys that we've seen today that wouldn't be where they are without the hopes, or they wouldn't have been able to make it onto Progress shows.
I mean, some of these guys are really going to make an imprint by the end of this year, and probably, but in the years to come, especially with Hope, like they are expanding. They're doing a show in Italy in March. Yep. I don't know if this will go out before then or after then.
Maybe. Yes. No. We'll see.
We'll put it out the day before. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
They're going tomorrow.
Or last week.
Last month. We don't know. But like I mentioned, guys, before, like your Ashley Dunns, your Jay Garners, your Hustle Malones, even the Division 8, the current Division 8 champion, El Jeff, really, really strong guys. I mean, those three of those guys, I called their very first match literally 13 months ago.
Same. I think
13 months ago, I announced for them guys their first ever match, and to see them grow and to see the talent that is coming through, even with new guys like the Bromantics that have come through, it's just amazing to see the wealth of talent that the Hope Academy is bringing through. And
of course, you've seen all this happen since you started your ring announcing as well.
Yeah, I mean, I started.
So what's that been like, getting into ring announcing?
I started ring announcing in 2015. Literally, a friend of mine was putting on a small charity show for his nephew or uncle, I can't remember which one it was, and I just messaged him because it was like 2 minutes from my house and said, look, do you need a hand with it? And he was literally like, I need a female performer. I was like, I do not look good in a bikini.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
I really do not look good in a bikini, no. Or a ring announcer. And I just said to him, well, I've got a shirt, I've got a tie, I'll give it a crack.
What do you need?
I'll give it a crack.
What more do you need?
It's obviously breaking the K a little bit. The promoters will give you a runner of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I literally stood in the ring with a clipboard and I was like, ladies and gentlemen, this is TCW, welcome to the show. And literally ad-libbed probably 95% of the show because I really don't like looking down at a board.
Fair enough,
when I'm trying to connect with a crowd.
I mean, have you ever done any like public speaking or anything before, or is this like
no,
a first?
No.
So this was like a very...
Usually my day job, I'm known as the Joker that literally... If I'm not doing something, I'll be playing a prank on someone, like unscrewing the tap. So when they turn it on next, the whole thing comes just flying out of them.
So how have you found kind of getting into ring announcing? So I mean, you've been doing it for over a year now.
18 months, I think I've been doing it for now, and I'm really enjoying it. To be fair, wish I could do a bit more. So if there's any promoters listening, you can get me at #wrestling@live.co.uk.
Simple as that.
Or find me on Facebook at Chris Pugh, or just give the hashtag page a read. You can find majority of my work so far on Hope Wrestling On Demand. That's true. And I think, one thing I noticed is you tweet and you send out so many things. Like, you do your end of year awards, you do the live results often if you're there. Live results if I'm there. I mean, obviously I've been announcing and taking stunners left, right and centre today.
So you haven't had a chance.
I haven't really done the live stuff today. Majority of the sort of the bigger shows, the more well-known shows like the Progresses, your ICW. If I can get live results from many of the fans or friends that I've made through the business since I've been going to shows, are quite helpful.
So it's like almost like a wrestling social network.
Yeah,
I guess,
pretty much. I mean, I do 90% of the work I do is myself on the website, and then the other 10% is like people passing on or my rapport with some of the promotions where I just send them a little message and say, look, going to promote the show, have you got some results for me? I can stick them off as soon as possible. I have kind of looked at a way changed the way that I do the site. That I used to literally, as soon as an announcement came out, I'd do a thing, but I found that the more I did that, the less time I had for my family.
Which
I do apologise to them for. I do love you all.
I'm sure they understand. I'm sure they understand.
I mean, my partner's very, very supportive.
Same.
Obviously, doing the 2 shows this weekend, the absolutely mental over 18 show at the Esquires, which you were doing commentary for.
That's why my voice is so fried at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite grateful that I didn't have to do the full show today. That I got a stunner and was like, yes, I can go and have a drink by the bar.
Have a sit down, put your feet up.
Yeah, that was quite the best part of the weekend so far.
How do you find those over 18 shows? Because I know obviously for myself and Harvey, the commentary is slightly different to what we do on a regular Hope shows.
I do get my F's and blinds in there a bit more because I can
you've got the chance, so you're off the chain and you can start.
There's no kids around, so I can pretty much
drop the F-bombs whenever you want.
Yes. Also, if there's anything that's really grinding me, I can just kind of take my anger out on the mic.
Do you find that happens a lot?
I found Friday it did.
Yeah. So going right back to the start. So how did you discover wrestling? Like, I love hearing people's first stories of how when they first saw it or the first matches that had an impact on them. What was it like when you first got into wrestling? What was it that caught you?
I was quite young. I was watching the old WWF, WCW stuff before the wars and before even Nitro even came onto the TV in '95. So I followed it and liked it since then.
Was there any first matches or first wrestlers that because I think for me Kurt Angle was the first one that really kind of got me invested in it in a certain match that I've talked about in the past. Was there anyone for you that was just caught your attention or had an impact on you?
When I was growing up, where I lived when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of kids that really liked wrestling, so it was kind of more of a secret.
Okay.
So
no, it was for me as well, 100%.
I used to get the WWF magazine, WCW magazines, the very limited internet access to stuff that was back then. Obviously, your matches were at 1 second per match every 5 minutes. So it was a case of just going back and I kind of, when stuff started, the on-demand service, War on-demand services, I was just going back and remembering stuff.
Yeah. So so you got the WWE Network?
WWE Network. I've got the Hope Network, Progress, ICW.
What was the first thing when you got the WWE Network? What was the first thing you went and watched?
Austin '96.
Wow.
Winning the King of the Ring.
Oh yeah, with the first the promo.
316 promo.
Yeah. That was that was that kind of the era that really got you hooked. That early Attitude Era.
I think it was more the fact of knowing that there was more than just the WWF out there.
Okay.
Than back then, with obviously you had WWF, you had WCW, ECW, NWA, where some of them were doing the cross promotion as well. So where you had Taz, Sabu, RVD, Heyman himself.
Yeah. Kind of jumping between
Dudley's
the
coming over doing the bit where Vince was supposedly then helping Paul Heyman.
So, allegedly.
There's a few stories about that.
Yeah.
So I won't allude to any of that.
So what was do you ever have a down, because a lot of people sort of have a high period, then they kind of drop out for a few years and they come back in. Was that the case for you, or have you kind of been constant?
It really was since? Because between sort of, it possibly was during the invasion angle. It kind of bored me.
Okay.
Because there were so many wrestlers every show.
So you thought it was getting saturated, I guess.
It's saturated. It's again, it's got a bit saturated again with a lot of wrestlers. Obviously, you've got the WWE, Raw, SmackDown, NXT,
the sub-NXT, the 205,
then you've got 205,
UKC.
It's
starting to fill up again.
It's good to see. Obviously, the UK guy. Well, personally, seeing the UK guys coming through and getting on that platform, because people like Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, they deserve to be 100%. There. Mark Andrews in TNA was when he was in the ring was great.
I kind of hate the way for the first year of him being there, they just buried him on commentary all the time, and that really annoyed me. I'm like, well, what's the point in saying, oh, he's wasting time, he's green, he doesn't know what he's doing, when you could just be putting him over. And then
they say he's green and he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows more what he's doing than some of the guys that are in the cruiserweights division that have literally had a year in the indies and they've gone, there you go, Red Scorpio, have a match.
It almost seemed like kind of 6 months or so before he left TNA, they then started putting him over a little bit more and using him, and instead of just using him as a jobber, having him do something kind of handy.
I think probably one of the things that's kind of was the last thing for him, because he was coming to the end of his contract, was they've turned me heel.
Yeah.
For no reason.
It seemed a bit. Yeah, it was almost like
out of the blue.
They just gave up on him as a face. Was like, you can be heel.
From what I've read of spoilers, I've got a friend over in America called Jacob that goes to the TNA.
Yeah.
And the NXT tapings, 205 tapings, and the cruiserweights when that was happening. That he was like, well, he came out 10 minutes ago and was a face, and like with no storyline, he's come out and completely attacked and no explanation to it.
Just a heel.
Just came out as a heel in this Team X Cup
Team
that
X
he
Gold,
was.
Yeah. It's weird. So actually, you mentioned the UK tournament and say the guys that deserve it. So what was your take? So did you see the World of Sport?
Yes, I did.
I mean, you're a big champion of the UK scene, obviously, with everything you do with Hashtag. Firstly, World of Sport. What was your thoughts on that? You can be honest. I'm sure they're not listening.
It was very productionised. That they wanted the crowd to be what they told them to be.
Yeah.
You could tell towards the end of the second hour where fans were like, do you know what? We're fans. We the reason things like this are happening because we're making such big noises at shows like your Progresses, your ICWs,
even when like Raw comes over here, like the Raw after WrestleMania, and
it's the UK fans are really
we get a reputation, I think, which I'm happy with.
Oh yeah, but the things. The World of Sport was just so productionised. It's like they brought in Max Beasley as the general manager, who has no background in wrestling.
Yeah.
They brought in, as much as I love the old guys, they had them sat there centre ring the whole show.
Yeah.
Instead of sort of like going, do you know what, guys? What we're going to do is we're going to do a World of Sport Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That
would have been good.
An ideal, not even just a World of Sport Hall of Fame, a British Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And
or just have them in the ring and kind of let them take a bow and soak up some adulation from the fans.
Obviously, from the World of Sport, like people like Klondike Kate, she was down in Weymouth, I believe, a couple of weekends ago, working with Fight Nation, doing guest commissioner for the evening.
Okay, yeah.
So it's good to see like guys like that. I mean, we even have Johnny Kidd coming here to do training with the kids.
Hope Seminar, yeah.
Yeah. Even before our dancehall shows where we get some local guys to come and do it. So it's really good because we've had guys like Jigsaw, who's coming back in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Who else? We had Johnny Storm. We've had Jody Fleisch.
Yeah, you've had Will Ospreay for a few.
Will Ospreay's done, I think, 3 now.
Yeah, it's insane.
Which is really amazing. Given his schedule.
Yeah, without a doubt.
UK, America, ROH, Japan.
Flying for Hope.
Flying
to a training seminar, kick the crap out of Jay Garner, and then go back to wherever you're going the next day.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, I completely agree that World of Sport was just overproduced, I guess. Flip side of that coin, then, the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament. Were you at that?
I was not. I was...
I saw you taking a photo of...
No, I wasn't there. I was actually at Progress on the Sunday in Birmingham.
Yeah.
When Finn, Tommy made their returns.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Levesque, for that.
You shouldn't have to thank
I know that Progress guys are really good friends with WWE guys.
Yes.
And I think really, obviously, like William Regal had quite a big part to play in that as well, saying that, look, we're taking like 90% of their roster that they would have used on the day to do our UK tournament. So we kind of need to give them a little
send-off.
Little send-off. I mean, people like Fergal Devitt, Finn Balor, as much as a surprise as it was that people can't see me doing the air quotations. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's a podcast.
It's a podcast. You should kind of podcast this, but with a camera.
Physical comedy doesn't really work on these, but I know what you mean.
So Finn coming back was brilliant because he had such a brilliant match with Zack Sabre Jr. at Chapter 13.
He did.
And then obviously Tommy had that big send off at their big Brixton show in September.
Yep.
And didn't really get that personal send off that I think he deserved because obviously
he put so much into the UK scene.
There was obviously Tommaso Ciampa and Jack Gallagher that was on the or Gallagher as they're saying in America. Was
apparently that's the way it is. I heard a podcast with him and I want to say Jericho, and that's how it should be. Gallagher is actually how it is pronounced in
Manchester.
Where he's from historically, yeah. So I'm guessing you're a bigger fan of the United Kingdom Championship Tournament than you were the World of Sport.
Yes.
Well, very
very
for
much
what reasons was that?
it's just seeing some of the guys that were on it. I mean, I've worked with some of the guys like Connors.
Yeah.
Spoiler here, Roy Johnson, I've heard, is coming to a show at some point soon.
Interesting.
There's Chris Tyler, who wasn't on the actual shows itself.
He should have. Well, he was on the.
He was on the original.
The original stage.
Press call, conference, etc. But he is one of those guys that has come up quite fast. I say quite fast. Over the last 6 years, he's been around a long time. A bit like Tyler Bate, where Tyler has got that. Well, Tyler Bate has got that more physical presence in the bigger shows within the UK, your Fight Clubs, your Progress, bits like that. And being young, I think WWE may mould him kind of a bit.
Potentially. Well, yeah. I mean, they like to do that.
I don't think they really should, because he's an absolute talent as he is.
Yep.
Then, obviously, like I say, Chris Tyler has come up. He's got some brilliant moves. He's got the look. Again, like Connors, we've worked with here in Hope several times. Who else have we had? Who else was on there? There was Devlin. He's got the look. I mean, people gave him quite some stick.
I think, to be honest, I was a little bit, when they started just saying, trained by Finn Balor, I'm like, they probably said Finn Balor's name more than his name when they were doing his VP. Like,
yes.
Like, are you putting over Finn Balor, or are you putting over this new guy that you're introducing?
Even the video packages, rather than the voiceovers, even the video packages it was Jordan in the background, and it kind of like fuzzed out to Finn sitting on the ring, and it was more focused on him, which kind of probably leads to Finn return quite soon.
It made sense to have him have his little heel turn as well, because like he was just fed up of everyone saying, "Oh, Finn Balor this, Finn Balor that." It's like, no, I'm Jordan Devlin.
Yeah,
this is about me.
Yeah, it was obviously knowing like the British Strong Style. Like Pete is quite a heel guy these days.
Yeah.
From his early Progress days, then you've got people like Trent and Tyler Bate that, again, are quite heely over in the UK, but are now doing more facey stuff with the British Wave, Queen Wave.
I love that. I think that
the
could
British role that Trent does, I'm absolutely loving at the moment.
Tyler Bates' little wave, I think if that could get over as much as Ty Dillinger's 10 or Daniel Bryan's
or
just to see it,
or even Fandango.
Yeah, I mean just to see a sea of hands all doing the little wave. I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm on a podcast.
Yes.
That would be awesome, just to see a whole arena full of people just doing the little wave.
Yeah, well,
I'd love to see that
towards the end of that tournament. And when
it started.
It's getting there. I mean, I feel sorry. I don't think that they did a poll on the WWE website that said, "Did you watch it?" Or was it? It was a Facebook, and they gave the 8 options of the first round matches, and then the 9th option, "Did you watch it?" And the 9th option was like over 100,000 people.
Oh no!
Said no, we didn't watch it.
I think that was. I saw that photoshopped.
Oh, was that Photoshop?
I saw the original one, and then the one that was photoshopped to make it. I think it was someone was trying to shit all over the UK. And
well, whoever that was, bad you naughty person.
No,
there is one simple rule in UK wrestling, and sorry, Jim Smollett, I'm going to steal this. DBAD.
Don't be a dick.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I love. There was a saying of promote what you love. Don't shout about what you hate. Like
yes.
I would much rather spend my time telling people about the stuff that I love in wrestling than spend just as much time bitching about stuff, because you're not going to change anything. So instead, try and get someone on board the same train that you're riding. Holy shit! Forget about this promotion over here. That shit. How's about Hope Wrestling? How's about coming down to to Jury's Inn in Milton Keynes, or to Esquires in Bedford? Catch a show, because it's the best night you'll have.
What's actually brilliant is the fact that so many of the bigger stars are wanting to come to see Hope. I want to say us, but that would kind of like be
everything that you and I have built, Chris.
Everything that we've done. Commentary in the ring. But like we've had obviously former Progress champions. William Eva, Will Ospreay on a couple of occasions where he's had absolutely standout matches with Ashley Dunn back in May last year, and literally this Friday with Jay Garner.
Oh, I'll tell you what,
we were both at WCPW.
Yes.
And we had a conversation after that match. We won't say it here in case we get a little bit of jip for it.
No, I'm happy.
Are you happy to say it?
I will take the jip. I think that Will Ospreay versus Jay Garner was better than Will Ospreay versus Ricochet at WCPW.
Not purely for the ropes, but for literally the in-ring action.
I could be biased, obviously, with the fact that I've seen Jay. I mean, I was there at Jay's first ever show
winning that battle royal.
Oh yeah, I've seen him grow up with Hope Wrestling. And I've seen him develop and grow as a performer. So obviously, I'm a little bit more invested in him potentially than maybe Ricochet and Will Ospreay. But I absolutely. If it's not already online, then I apologise at the time of release. But if it is, go find that match. It'll be on Hope Demand. It might be on YouTube. It might be on DVD.
I did actually broadcast some of that live on the.
Have a look on Hashtag Wrestling.
Hashtag Facebook.
Yeah.
So just scroll down, click on our videos, scroll down it, you'll find it.
It was so good.
I mean, I got
so good. Have you announced for any better matches than that? Do you think?
I don't know, but I mean people will call me a mark for it, but just that show alone was probably my favourite show. I'm happy
to be a mark. I'm a wrestling fan at the end. Well, we're both fans. I think we're fans that have taken it a step too far. Or a step further, should I say? I mean, we haven't quite gone as far to get in the ring. Well, I suppose you have, and you've taken a few stunners for it. But
I've stood, sat, whichever one it was at the time, front row at Progress, and been right in Jimmy Havoc's face. Yeah, and it is scary. He scares me. It is a scary thing.
He scares me. I couldn't go up and say hi when he was at Bedford.
When he is stood in the ring, like 2 inches from your face, that studded mask, looking deep into your soul,
it's an unnerving thing.
I turtled a little bit.
Yeah. I can't blame you. So Chris, I just noticed everyone. We're recording this during pack up at the Hope Leighton Buzzard show. Everyone, I think the lights are
They're
about
all
to be
looking
turned
at us
off.
like saying, "Why are you not helping?"
Yes. Oh well, we've clearly got a more important thing to do. We've got a podcast to record.
Yeah, I've taken 3 stunners today. I deserve.
Yeah, you deserve it. And I mean, I've been doing a lot of commentary over the weekend. So
but we do love you guys.
Where can people find Hashtag Wrestling on the internet if they didn't hear your cheeky little plug earlier?
Yeah, you got hashtag.rest.wordpress.com for our website.
And this is the word hashtag.
It's like
HAST.
Yeah, proper like hashtag and then rest, no ling on the end. .wordpress. Apparently someone else has got that one, but remember, no ling on that.
Rubbish.
Yeah, but I've kind of used that quite across it, so it's quite uniformed.
Yeah.
You can get on Twitter at hashtag rest, also Instagram at hashtag rest. We have started Snapchat. It's more of a personal one, so if you want an insight into my life,
just dick pics.
No, I don't do dick pics. Do not listen to Hustle Malone. He will not release those pictures.
He won't. No. So if anyone wants to book you for announcing jobs,
you can just come through the website or through the Facebook page. Is probably the easiest things.
What's next in the diary? I know we've got.
What have I got next? I don't even know. I haven't even looked at my diary yet, to be honest.
But you're keeping busy.
I'm keeping busy. I've got a lot of stuff to do for the website. I think I'm done for this month on the show, so if anyone wants to book me later in the month, I will quite happily take a booking.
There you go. Get in touch with Chris Pugh.
I think it's my next show is the 5th of March.
The jury's in Hope Milton Keynes Elimination.
Yes.
Elimination with Ryan Smile, with Jigsaw.
Yes. I don't know when this will be released. Unfortunately,
it might come out after this, to be honest. But how good a show was Illumination? If that's
Illumination.
The fact. Is that's what it's called, isn't it?
I don't know yet. We haven't seen it yet. This hasn't gone out yet.
Well, no, the show, the next Hope one that's either coming up or it's just come out.
Well, it was either really good or it is coming up very soon.
And it's going to be really good.
It is going to be awesome.
When that guy won the match with that flip.
Ryan Smile, Cara Noir, the new Hope Kings of Flight champion. Very.
That was an interesting match. Match and a half that was. So we can find you on Twitter. You said Instagram,
Snapchat,
hashtag wrestling.
Yeah, hashtag rest
and hashtag rest. Sorry, yeah. And book you.
Yeah,
book you for shows.
Book Pugh.
Hashtag book Pugh.
Hashtag book Pugh.
Book Pugh. There you go. Well, Chris Pugh, thank you very much for joining us on Figure 4 Radio. Of course, you can find us on Facebook.com/Figure 4 Radio. We are on Twitter, Instagram at Figure 4 Radio. You can follow me, the Mastermind, at F4R_ radio. No, wait, Mastermind. F4R_ Mastermind. Thank you very much, Chris. You know my handle better than I do.
Yes.
And I said, check out our website, which is figure4radio.weebly.com. We're always on iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic, anywhere you get your podcast. So do find Figure 4 Radio wherever you listen to your podcast. Give us a rate, give us a review, subscribe, whatever buttons there are there to push. But from Chris Pugh of Hashtag Wrestling and the Mastermind Ollie Spring, we'll see you next time on Figure 4 Radio.
Figure 4 Radio.
Danny Mayhem going deep into Ashley Dunn there.
That might not make the edit.